India follows a parliamentary form of government, three organs of union government: executive, legislature, judiciary. Union executive: President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, Attorney General. Part 5. Article 52 to 78 of the Constitution deal with Union executive. Executive enforce law and runs administration. Type of executive: basis type, key point, example, nature. Nominal executive, formal power only President of India. Real executive, actual decision making, PM and Council of Ministers. Mode of selection: hereditary executive, office by succession, Britain, Japan. Elected executive, directed or indirect election, India and USA. Power location: single executive power in one person, USA President. Plural executive power in many person, Council of Ministers. Political executive and permanent executive. Aspect: political executive, permanent executive. Composition: President, PM, Minister. Civil servant, IS, IPS. It is nature: political, administrative. Selection: elected, appointed. Accountability: legislature. Political executive, tenure fixed 5 years till retirement. Neutrality: political aligned, politically neutral. Expertise: generalist, technical, professional. Continuity: limited and continuous. Legislature executive relation system. Feature: head of state, head of government. Accountability, example, parliamentary collective leadership, president, prime minister to legislature. India: presidential separation of power, president not to legislature. USA: semi-presidential dual executive, president, prime minister shared. France: president of India. Constitutional position of the president, head of state, formal executive. Exercises power only in aid and advice of Council of Ministers. 42nd Constitutional Amendment: advice binding, cannot act independently. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, President, occupies same position in British monarch, not a rubber stamp. Guardian of Constitution. Article 52, Office of President. 53, executive power vested in President. Constitutional duty: preserve, protect, defend the Constitution. Qualification of President: citizen of India, minimum 35 years, qualified to be Lok Sabha Speaker. Lok Sabha member must not hold office of profit, must not be MP or MLA at election time. Election of President aspect: Article 54 से 55. Type: indirect election, electoral college, elected MP, elected MLA of state, Delhi, Puducherry. Voting system: proportional representation method, single transferable vote, ballot, secret, winning requirement, more than 50% valid vote. Nomination must be proposed by 50 and seconded by 50 electors. Security deposit 15,000 RBI. Deposit forfeited if candidate fails to secure 1/6 of the vote polled. Value of vote. Value of vote on an MLA. Formula: total population of a state by total elected MLA into 1/1000. Value varies from state to state. Value of vote of an MP. Total value of vote of MLA divided by total elected MP. Vote value of Lok Sabha MP is greater than Raj Sabha MP. Electoral quota: total valid vote polled divided by 2 plus 1. Re-election and election dispute: 57. President eligible for re-election. 71. All dispute relating to election of vice president or president decided by Supreme Court. SC decision final. Oath or affirmation of president administered by Chief Justice in absence. Senior-most SC judge. Oath content: faithful execution, protect constitution and law, service of people. Salary and emoluments: governing law, president emoluments and pension act 1951. Monthly salary 5 lakh. Nature: charged on consolidated fund of India. Division: amended from time to time. Removal: term of office and removal term 5 years, begin after taking oath. Article 56(61) removal by impeachment. No President of India impeached till date. Removal process is intentionally difficult. Ground by impeachment of President. Ground violation of Constitution. Notice 50 days prior notice. Written notice. Initiation. Either House of Parliament. Motion support 1/4 of House. First House 2/3 majority of total membership. Second House investigation plus 2/3 majority. Result President removed from date of resolution. Important impeachment which are quasi-judicial process. Nominated MP can participate but not in election. MLA of a state and the legislature participate in election do not participate in impeachment. President has right to defend him by the President, Executive, PM, Council of Ministers, Judicial Judge of Supreme Court or High Court, Constitutional Attorney General, UPSC, Election Commission, Federal Governor of State, Defense Chief of Army, Navy and Air Force, Diplomatic Ambassador, High Commissioner. President as head of state, Supreme Commander of Armed Forces, declare war and peace, conduct foreign relations, treaty negotiated and concluded in President's name, receive foreign diplomats, functional limitation. All power exercised only on advice of Council of Ministers. President may return advice once bound by the Constitution. Considered advice. Bill becomes law only after presidential assent. Can return bill except money bill. Must sign if Parliament passes again. Legislature power of President. Nominates 12 member to Rajya Sabha from literature, science, art and social service. Can call joint sitting of both house in case of deadlock. None money bill. Address both house jointly. First session after each general election. First session of every year. Can promulgate ordinance when Parliament not in session. Ordinance has force of law. Must be laid before Parliament on the Assembly. Power regarding bill. Article 111. A bill become an act only after President's assent. Option assent bill become act. Withhold bill ends. Return bill only. Non money bill for reconsideration. If Parliament passes the bill again with or without amendment, President must assent. Veto power of the President. Type of veto. Absolute veto. Withhold assent bill. Bill lapses under for private member bill. Suspensive veto. Return bill. Parliament can override. Pocket veto. No action. No time limit. Qualified veto. Not in India. Absolute veto. 1954 डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद पेप्सू बिल में 1991 आर वेंकटरमन MP सैलरी एंड अलाउंस बिल. सस्पेंसिव veto. Bill returned except money bill. Mandatory assent if Parliament passes again. Pocket veto. Bill kept pending indefinitely. First used by ज्ञानी जेल सिंह 1986. Indian Post Office Amendment Bill. 24 Constitutional Amendment 1971. Mandatory assent for Constitutional Amendment Bill. Ordinance making power. Article 123. President can promulgate ordinance when both house not in session or either house not in session. Only on matter where Parliament can legislate. Must be satisfied with immediate action is necessary. Valid till 6 weeks after Assembly of Parliament. Can amend and repeal laws or ordinance. Cannot amend Constitution on fundamental right. Financial power. Money bill introduced in Lok Sabha with President's prior approval. Money bill cannot be returned. Appoint Finance Commission every 5 years. Receive CAG report and laws. Lays them before Parliament. Judicial power. Appoint Chief Justice and Judge of High Court or Supreme Court. Judge removed only by parliamentary impeachment. 2/3 majority for proved misbehavior or incapacity. Article 143. Can seek advisory opinion from Supreme Court. Opinion not binding. Pardoning power. 72. Pardon. Complete absolution. Reprieve. Temporary stay of sentence. Respite. Lesser punishment on a special ground. Remission. Reduction of sentence. Commutation. Substitute punishment. President does not act as a court of appeal. Objective. Corrective judicial relief. Undue harassment. exercised on advice of Union Cabinet. No oral hearing as right. President can examine evidence afresh. Reason not mandatory. Judicial review allowed only if decision is arbitrary, malified, discriminatory. Diplomatic power appoints ambassador and diplomatic representative. Receive credential of foreign diplomats. Treaties and agreement executed in president's name. Can negotiate treaties without parliamentary unless legislation required. Emergency power. National emergency 352 approval within 1 month. State emergency 356 approval within 2 months. President rule 356. Financial emergency 360 approval within 2 months. National emergency ground bar external aggression armed rebellion. State emergency Article 356 breakdown of constitutional machineries initially 6 months extendable up to 3 years. Beyond 1 year only if national emergency in force. Financial emergency 360 trade to financial stability or credit of India never proclaimed so far. National emergency in India instance 1962 चाइनीज एग्रेशन 1971 पाकिस्तान बार 1975 इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंस डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर राइट टू be informed of council of minister decision. PM bound to furnish information. Can advise prime minister. Cannot independently accept in limited situation where discretion applies. Appointment of prime minister when no clear majority. Council of minister resign or it absent possibility of alternative government exist. Returning a bill one suspensive veto exercise pocket veto. President of India. President Dr. Rajat Prasad first longest tenure. Radhakrishnan first Vice President. Zakir Hussain shortest tenure. First Muslim President. V.B. Giri first acting President. Sanjeeva Reddy youngest prime president. Elected unopposed. First Sikh President. Gyani Jail Singh. R. Venkataraman oldest President. K.R. Narayan first Dalit President. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam first Scientist President. Pratibha Patil first Woman President. Ramnath Kovind second Dalit President. Draupadi Murmu first Tribal President.